Can I? I feel like
Yeah,
I kind of
yeah,
wanted to.
yeah.
Thank
Good.
you. I'm feeling it right now.
And we are live.
We are?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. Hello. And welcome to our live broadcast of It's All About the Alignment. And I'm here with you, Julie and Espen, and Best Life Creation Society. And what we want to talk about today, and we always talk about this, is it is all about your alignment. So we will be talking about our alignment. And to do that, Espen and I, we wanted to do some breathing with you if you'd like to participate. The reason why we like to breathe, consciously breathe, is because we know that our breath is our life. It is our source of living. And we take that to another level also, and we call that it's our conscious connection to our source, to God, to all that is, to our inner self, our inner being, our spirit man, who we really are. So if you're ever feeling a little bit of a disconnect or a little bit of a just something that doesn't feel quite so good, you can always come to the place of consciously breathing. And we wanted to do that with you um, today. So, Espen, ready?
I'm ready. I'm so excited.
I know, me too, because it always takes us to such amazing places. Because when we can feel this, our spirit free, and we can consciously flow with our inner being, we are creating the life that we truly want.
Mm.
So let's do like Tinica, our lovely. I could say master, but that might seem a little, maybe not the best of words, but oh, our
So let's be on the
leveraging
Jules
queen.
way.
Yes.
That's the best. It's
Well,
amazing
I was
Jules
going to
way.
use the word hocus pocus. Let's breathe.
That's a really good one.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Ready, guys? So we're just going to take a breath in, and we're just going to hold it just for a moment, and we're just going to just leisurely let it out. And we're going to do that for maybe 60 seconds or so. So let's start now. So here we go. Hocus pocus. Let's breathe. And I like closing my eyes, by the way, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Do whatever you want. Sit down, lay down, stand up, do jumping jacks, it doesn't matter. So here we go. And if you want, you can continue breathing. You can listen to our voices as we continue to talk about whatever is important to us, all of us, including you. This is a mastermind, and that means that all of the energies of all of us that are participating in this live call or creating what we are sharing right now. And we love that so much. We're so excited to be with you right now and doing this. And Espen, we talked about sharing some of Abraham Now
Yes.
with you.
Mm.
And so whenever Espen is ready to do that, it's going to be so delightful, so fun.
It's so nice, and I love to. We can start to sharing with the meditation because it's a very powerful thing now in this time. Since we now are having our time for ourselves at home, many of us, most of us, many millions of people of us, then meditation is a very very nice thing to do because it's releasing the resistance of everything in every thought, and it's releasing the resistance for what is, and the becoming of your of what is now presenting from your meditation, from quieting your mind, lessening the resistance, then the vibration arises from within. That's the power. It's not, and the meditation is the thing when you there is no mentally thinking about anything, not analyzing on that. It's just a time for breathe and allow yourself to breathe and feel your um, source alive in you from within as you just breathing and focusing on that. And it's such a wonderful thing to do every day, especially in morning. And that's when the time when the mind is less um, active. It's not so active in the morning, and then to just quiet, nothing, just breathe. 50 minutes, 10, 15 minutes away, the way that feels best for you, breathing. And immediately when you're breathing and allowing, you can feel when do you feel, when do we know then that this is working out? When do you know that those things are working out, that you feel better, you feel that energy arises, you feel that you feel more alive in your hands, you feel more alive in your whole body, your whole energy field from within is more alive. And then you know that when you quiet your mind, just focus on the breathing, and the breathing is happening anyway. It's a very wonderful thing. When you're conscious of breathing, it's a good way, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, like, and you do this consciously for 10, 15 minutes. You learn yourself and you practice yourself to the vibration of your aliveness from that who you truly are before you came into this physical body. And then with that energy, it creates worlds. It's the energy of this creates worlds. And the thing you now, when you quiet your mind and not thinking at all, and just taking your time to 10, 15 minutes, and have no thinking at all, just breathing. And when there is a thinking, don't analyze or mentally try to do something about it. Just like observing that, okay, there it is, but still just focus on your breathing. More you practice it, because in the beginning it can be like that. The mind can be wandering a little bit, but that's okay too, because this is a practice. This is a practice every day. And more you practice this vibration of who you really are, and you feel that your mind quiet more and more every day you do these processes, and with breathing and allowing, then you will feel that the mind will be less active and your vibration will arise easily more and more every day you do this process. And then you also will see that through the day that you will be more aware of your inner beingness. You will be more aware of your alignment with who you really are, and you will be more aware that that you will see things from a different perspective. You will see them for your source. You will see them from, and when I mean from source, you will see them from the perspective from your feel good space. You will see
Yes.
everything in a perspective from feel good space. Now when you look at things outside, you will see things that feels good. You will hear things that feels good. You will feel more the aliveness, the alignment. You will smell more the things. You will taste all of this energy from the physical senses will increases from your alignment, with allowing you to come to a place for feeling your source. And when you do so, and more often you do, and more you are relaxing into and chilling out from in who you are, then you will see the experience from this will be differently from what you've been experienced before. And now you will clearly see what it really is about all of this, what you've been asking for and what you've been wondering about. What is the purpose of my life? And then you just now know and understand what it is. But now you're getting out of the head of it as well, because you don't have time to think, to analyze it or mentally think about it too much. You are now enjoying the process of being in the journey of the now and the newness of the now and forward. And then you will be guided on the way from your inspiring source, from the source that's always giving you the best from within. Inspiring ideas and the ideas, you will be guided from that, and you will relax more into it. And then you will see that things are unfolding easy, gentle, and that generally you will just feel good more and more and more. And better it gets, better you feel, better it gets, and easier it gets, and easier it gets, easier it gets, and
That's
more
so
to come.
true. You know, while you were talking, Espen, I was thinking about in the workplace. And, you know, even in whether it's science or, building something, we do rely on, um, let's say, pressure per square inch, or, a certain molecule has so many electrons, or whatever it is. It's like these are things that we know to be true. How do we know these things to be true, though? At one point, I don't think we did know that. But what I do believe is that we were inspired in some way to move in a certain direction that opened the door to find out this knowledge. So, with knowledge, always inspiration was the source.
Mm.
And why not take that and make that your daily practice? That might be a very nice consideration in your daily life, to consider inspiration and letting that flow, and then allowing that knowledge that you know, or that you may even learn that day too, to add to the knowledge that you already know, to create um, the success, if you will, um, for what you're doing in your work, in your daily life, also in your home too. But I was more specifically thinking of work while you were talking, and because um, what I do for a living, one of the things that I do rely on science. But after I learned the science, I started to feel that inspiration in the different things that I did. And whether because I have, in what I do, you have certain goals, but how to achieve those goals can be quite different, because there's many veins, many paths to take for that treatment. And so I go by inspiration. And how do we find that inspiration? Well, we can do it by breathing, as you and I just did. Because in us breathing, this live broadcast and the theme, the focus, is what we're talking about right now. And it came from, we started off breathing because
Mm.
we did not have a script. And I love how here at Best Life, and our members, um, we don't go by scripts.
We don't
We
try
go
to make it
all right.
happen. We
Yeah,
let it happen.
that's right. And I love that. And if we, as if anyone listening would consider um, opening up to that idea for your lifestyle, oh wow, it's like there's no limit to the way your life starts to unfold. The possibilities open and blossom. Oh, it's like and you begin to realize that you really can do anything that you want. You really can. And that, let's say, I don't know, if you wanted to have a certain feeling of what would it feel like to jump out of an airplane and to feel that freedom. And maybe you thought, oh, I don't know if I could ever do that. Well, one day, as you're doing this practice that you and I are sharing right now, Espen, that opportunity will come for you, and you'll be ready for it. You'll feel good about it. There won't be any apprehension or some type of fear. It'll be joyful because inspiration does that. I love that. And I can't see what Jen is saying, but she always says some juicy stuff.
Usually,
Yeah.
I can read some of them. So the meditation is a time of quieting your mind, your
Mm.
human, and allowing yourself to receive thoughts from your inner being, source God. When we ask, it is given. The universe responds with all our answered desires, and the universe is expanded. And yes, we live in an ever expanding universe,
Yeah.
and we know what we have asked has been given. It is up to us to line up with and receive. And that is a beautiful thing with meditation. Because then you're allowing, when there is no resistance, you're allowing those things you've been asking for to come forth for you to experience more and more.
Um, Espen, what comes to mind is I used to work with someone who he was always late for court or late for this appointment or late for that. And he would um, anticipate being late every morning. And he's like, I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late. And what would happen? He would be late. And he wanted to make a change. So, what he started to do is change those thoughts of, I'm going to be late, I'm going to be late. And he started saying things like, I'm not going to be late. I got up early enough. It's all good. And even if I am late, it's okay. Everything is going to go smoothly. And he would breathe while he was doing it. And then, and at first, when he was doing this, he would still be late. But he was trusting in, I want to do something different. I don't want to go and flow with the momentum of, I'm always late. And so uh, the the way he would drive to work, they would have those successive lights, and he would always catch that one red light, and then you know how they have 15 after that, and you'd always be red, 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 red. And so that would start to happen, and he'd say, instead of saying, "Oh man, I'm gonna be late," he'd say, "No, even if I got this red light, but it's okay," and he'd breathe while he was at the red light. And what happened was, for some reason, the lights changed and he didn't catch the red. He started, even though, because once you catch that red and you're usually in front, you always catch the next red and the next red. You keep doing it.
Hmm.
But it
That's
changed green.
steadfast and the same feeling. Keep
Yeah,
continuing and you experience the same all over and over again. Great clarification. Thanks, Jules.
yeah.
It's a
And so then he
really,
started catching the greens. And then eventually he did it
really,
for almost 30 days. Because this
mm,
was a practice of always being late for years and years. And he did it for around 30 days. And not only was he not late anymore, and what I mean by that is chronic late, because everybody sometimes is late, but it wasn't chronic anymore.
mm,
But he had this sense of peace every day, every morning. He started to feel like the day was gonna go nice. It was gonna go smooth. It was gonna be easy. And that was a really it was a big impression for me because I worked with him and I would see his struggle every day. It was a beautiful thing to see.
mm.
So we can change the things that we want to change. by our intention too.
I love it, Julie. That's
And
so
in
true.
and breathing. So what did he do? He had an intention, he was breathing, and he would hear those thoughts again. Oh, I'm gonna be like,
Jewel,
no.
is it okay
Oh,
that I add to it? It's so beautiful. It's so good cooperation here. And it's like when immediately when what happening when you breathe and you allow yourself to consciously breathe for just a few minutes, you release the resistance. What happened when you're releasing your resistance? You're allowing for what you wanted from that experience to become forth. And next, what happening? You get the green light. So,
yes.
so immediately when you release the resistance to what is, and you know already because the bigger what is the expanded version of you know already what they want from you. The source perspective, you already know what it wants from you. You don't have to ask. You already know when you have a red light that immediately you want to have a green light, and that's natural coming forward in your thoughts and your feelings that you want a green light so we can go. But you don't have to ask. It is already given. And when you
Mm,
allow just your breathing and release the resistance to what is happening in the moment, what he had, then he experienced there was no resistance to what is happening right there. And he just released the resistance from that experience. And then when he moved forward with the energy of who we truly are and feeling the alignment with just breathing, consciously breathing into that source, then he got the green light. And it's not a wonderful thing to just sell that when you get a when you get a green light and when you're feeling alignment, that is a really good experience to know that everything is well. It's just line up with the energy of who you truly are, and then everything will works out fine. And it always does anyway. As long as you
and you
align up, you will experience more and more. And we
and,
are the focuser and chooser in what direction we want to focus in. We're so free. But it's always the feel good now, it's the natural part of us, the source of who we truly are. We didn't came forward with resistance. Then we would resist to be, but we came forward with source. The source is always allowing us to feel good and to feel better and better and better and expand and becomes more. So
and I love what you said because what was happening to him internally, the external matched it. The green light started to come.
mm,
That's how powerful of beings we are.
yeah.
We do create our world,
Yeah.
our day, our life, our journey.
What is our new story now? When we're telling a new different story and we're feeling the vibration of a new different story,
Right.
then the vibrational match to now to that new story, it's matching up more and more and we're feeling it. What happened? We experience more and more of what we how we are telling and feeling a new story. So it's never about what is. We can always telling a new story of what we want from what
I love you saying that because that is us moving forward. Because if we said the same thing over and over all the time, it's old. I don't want to call somebody up all the time and hear the
we are
same
old.
story.
We are new. We are new now and this moment is not old. Old is past experiences. But we are not past experiences. We are now. We are new in
Yes,
the now. We are
we
refreshed and
are
new now.
now. I love that. You
Yeah.
know, Espen, I would go visit a relative, and they'd start to tell me stories, And I guess because maybe they felt like, well, they did. They told me that, they were old now and, so life has slowed down for them and they're pretty housebound. And it was all their creation, of course, right? Because we create our life. And they didn't really do much. So every time I visited, it was the same stories. The same stories. It became boring, honestly. So why would we even why would me, Julie, want to experience the same story every day all my life or the same five stories? Could you imagine coming home to your spouse? How was your day? Fine. How was your day? Fine. What do you want? Do you want peas or carrots? I mean, with dinner. It would be so boring, right? It's like, let's spice it up. Let's do something different. Let's go somewhere. Let's whatever. Let's, I don't know,
Isn't
right?
that so nice when we
Let's
start
have
to
dinner
isn't that so
outside.
nice Jules, when we stop being so conditional and be more unconditional or like then we are just looking for those things that feels good to us. And then we just I like this, I like that. oh, this is a lot, oh, this is a lot, and you will just feel that like, oh, I will share your brief, beautiful story about that because I'm doing appreciation thing. I do this writing appreciation from things that I appreciate, but I have no reasons in what I appreciate. I just feel. I'm just like you say, you're breathing consciously, but feeling the emotion of it. Just like I appreciate eating and drinking water. I appreciating food and water. Okay, and then I'm just like feeling. And what happening because I feel so good from the first place, my alignment. My thought coming, the next thought is coming. I appreciate um, the energy that's beyond it. That's increasing. It's giving me much energy in my body. And I said, oh, that's so good. And what else? I appreciate the taste of it. And it's like, but this is not I thinking, what's to say? I'm not going into that. I appreciate the water and the food because, and then I'm try to think it, but I'm just appreciate the water and the food. So look at this one. This is a good exercise, by the way. It's just download again right now here. Just appreciate the water and the food and start breathing. I'm appreciate the water and the food. You now being conscious aware of that you appreciate the water and food. Now you focus on the breathing. What's next? And you do this a couple of times in a way that feels good. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4 inhales and exhale 5, 6, 7, 8. I appreciate the nature. And just breathe. And you will see what's coming next because when you clean, when there is no resistance to what you're saying, when there is no resistance to what you're speaking, and you're feeling your awareness, you're feeling your alignment. The next thing that will coming up for what you've been speaking out because you're feeling alignment beyond the words, before you speak the words. It's always the alignment that's creating the next and the next and the next. Or what you're feeling before when you say it that will be the next and the next and next experience for you to have more of and to feel more of. So what's happening when you are feeling in alignment and you're breathing in and breathing out and you just feel like I love this. You can say I love healthy food. You have no thought about why, but now just breathing. You will be guided on the way about the energy, what it is. When you have no when you're getting out of the head with what it is or not, when you stop analyzing and mentally try to figure out what it is about it, it's so good to me, but you just feel and breathe through it.
Feel
What
it.
happening? What happening next? What's next? There's something different about that energy. There's something different about it vibration because when you align up with just speaking the words and just breathe it and just allow it to be. When you allow it to be what you speak, what you love, what you like, what you appreciate, and you just allow it to become what it is from beyond the thoughts, beyond that resistance, but we say from the allowingness, then it just becomes more.
Sorry. Yes.
It's a
That is
wonderful
so
tool
true.
too. And it's just a good practice. It's a new things coming. It's a beautiful download I got, and you just like because I've been practicing this for a while now, and I was just like I just say I appreciate this, and I just feeling no other things. I'm just feeling, and then the thoughts coming up is I'm receiving that what is that I appreciate so much about it. But when I'm not trying to make it happen and try to mentally think about what I appreciate about it, then I receive the appreciation of it. And there is a different vibration. There is a different bridge and different calibration from that, from trying to figure out of it or trying to make it happen. So there's many beautiful tools we can use, and there's many beautiful things that 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 is offered here. But from the source perspective, because source never looks back, source never try to figure out what it is or not, source never try to go back and say, yeah, this is good because of this. Soul is always looking forward in the newness of it. Yes, this is good. Yes, this is good. This just feels good. I like this. I love this. There is more to come there, and it's just moving forward with, feelings of energy that just creates words to more to become of all that is one. And as we are allowing it to be and just naturally appreciate it for no reasons, but just appreciate it, wow, what an amazing energy comes through. And that natural rises the vibration from within to become more and more and more. And then you just like waking up in the morning, just like all is so well and all is good. And there is no reason for it. But yes, there is reasons to feel good always. There's always a reasons to feel good.
But I like how you said
That's
there's no
natural for who we
for it.
are. So
I like how you said though, but there was no reason for it, meaning that it's not like you um went and did XYZ and that's why you're having a feel good feeling. It's not like you went and won the lotto and now you have this feel good feeling. It's that momentum of the things that you have been doing, that appreciation and that feeling things as opposed to thinking things and getting out of your mind and getting out ahead in those segments. And I wanted to bring up I used to get a little out of alignment when I would when I would travel because I like good, healthy food, tasty, right? Well, I would think about what I didn't want. Well, oh, okay. I want the food to be good because I don't want food that's heavy and greasy and old and whatever, right? And what would I get? I would get the very food I didn't want. And so, say I had an experience way back when, whenever, and it was not very good food, then I had this thing going on in my mind of when I went to the next place, oh, I hope it's not bad. And it would be bad. It would be bad. And when I realized what I was doing, I was like, oh, you know, what do I want? Well, for me, I had this momentum, and so what I wanted, I couldn't feel what I wanted. So I went back to breathing.
mm,
I went right back to that very simple tool of breathing. And then I could feel the appreciation of my breath and how it fed all the cells in my body. And how when my lungs would fill up, how that would feel. How it would expand and then contract as I would let out. And then as I was doing those things, I would get in touch with my feelings. And what if my feelings weren't as lovely as I would like? Well, that was okay. So I would feel it, be in that moment for that second, and then I would want to feel something a little bit better. And it was all having to do with me having good experiences with food as I was traveling. And then what happened? Now I always have good food when I travel. It's always delicious. It's always delectable. Even if it's pecans or almonds, they're always fresh. They always just taste ever so good. And a little side note, in this place of appreciation, it's as if the energy on the food or the experience or the buying of a vehicle or whatever it is, it's heightened. It's more. It's more beautiful. It's more savory. It's more fun, more laughter, just so much more. So being in this space of starting off, if with nothing else that you may know, of breathing, it just touches everything with a little extra life. a little extra zest. Because energy is everything, and energy is everything. And so when we put that intention out and we feel those beautiful experiences, things that may not have been so beautiful seem to just elevate. They seem to just sparkle more. Even with people. Even people. There's some people that'll say, "Oh, I just love hanging out with you." And it's like, there's nothing really special about me. But there's one thing that I do that we do, and that is to see things from that place of love, that place of perfection. And even when, like, let's say, even when a child may be acting up or acting out, or however we want to say it, seeing them in that most perfect, beautiful space, they just line up with their peace, their joy, their happiness, not mine, but their own. So, being in that alignment just seems to, I'm getting ready to just say something a little different, because our class today is called It's All About the Alignment, because there is nothing more precious, more beautiful, more joyful, more lovely, more kind, more generous than your alignment. Your alignment is your life. It's your everything. It's your feelings. It never lies. It's always true. It's your true north. It's your true essence. And I love the feeling right now that's flowing in this co-creation,
Hmm.
Espen.
Yeah. And thank you for bringing up the breathing in the beginning. It's just like you see how easily the energy stream come through with the source. Immediately when you just breathe, you just did it for 1 minute. You immediately come to that place from letting the stream of beautiful feel good now comes through you and through you. And then you start speaking. You have opened the gate, you have opened the space for you to speak from who you truly are. And then whatever you speak, now you just feel good. There's no reasons about why you speak what you speak. There's no hidden agenda. There's no mental thinking, no manipulation. There's pure raw source energy streaming to you and through you. And now you really honestly speak from who you truly are. And energy comes through.
Mm.
Vibration comes through. The expansion is already in all of it, of the energy of all that is in every matters, everything that is in the world. Everything has its
Mm.
stream of source energy in it. Everything we see, everything that we touch, everything we senses, it's an energy stream through it, a pure low source energy in it.
And
And
I
when we
love
go
that. I
beyond all that, what is, and go into that becoming of who we really are and what we want to be doing that, then we really know what we're meant to live, and that life is supposed to feel good, and that we are here for being a joyful creator of all of this, and to enjoy the experience of every moment that is new and refreshed. And that we, yes, there is contrast, but that is also the part of things that we can get pinched off, but also we well know that we can be coming into that space again. We're not 100% of the time in our alignment all the time, but we can most of the time. It's a practice thing. And it really doesn't matter if we are or not, because still source pure law source energy loves us and
Yeah,
unconditionally and
I
telling
love
come here, come here. We're always available to you to come into the stream of who you truly are.
it. And Espen, isn't it lovely to consider what you just said and apply it to each other? So let's say I'm not. I'm not being lovely right now. But you know that I am lovely. But I may not be being lovely right now. But you can still see me that way.
I can, because it's my perspective of how I'm looking at you. It's my, if I'm looking from the perspective of feel good, now when I'm already feeling alignment, I don't looking at you in misalignment. I don't looking at those things that feels not feel good to me in you. You heard that word, was feels good in me, in you. When I feel good in me, I feel good in everything. When I feel good in me, I feel good about what I see, hear, feel, taste. When I feel good in me, I feel good about everything and anything. When I feel good in me, I look to those things, the positive aspects in life. When I feel good in me, I naturally and unconditionally appreciate those things that surrounds me. When I feel good in me, I see the best in people, feel the best in them. I notice the positive aspects about it. I know that talents, I know that those things that that's really good in them, that I see only those things, the positive aspects. When I feel good in me, and we can hear that this is an our own creation way. When we're feeling good in ourselves, we can't see the bad in others. When we most of the time feeling the appreciation and alignment with who we are, we only see those things that surround us, and all those things when we meet people of that energy of who we what we feel from ourselves, from within ourselves, in others. So
So,
it's all about our alignment. It's all about ourselves. It's all about me. It's all about you. It's all about Jen, Scott. It's all about everyone who's here. Their own creation, its own alignment. It's not about the outside. It's not about you must do this so I can feel good. Then you are conditional based. Then you know that you always will struggle, and there will never be peace for you when you are conditional based. But when you're unconditional, you know that no matter what, I can feel good, and I very clearly know when I'm feeling good, I see the best in others. I know that I experience already. You clarify for yourself that when I'm in alignment, I'm already know. Then I see the best in others. When I'm in alignment, I hear only those things that feels good to me. When I'm in alignment, whatever what's coming to me, I'm not pinching. I'm feeling the best of it. Whatever what's coming, whatever condition I'm feeling unconditional. When I'm in alignment, I'm more and more see those things that I appreciate. When I'm aligned and I experience more and more feel good, new now experience and forward in the new. When I'm in alignment, I can clearly see how things. I can clearly speak my words. When I'm aligned, I can clearly speak more. I can feel my energy in it. I can feel the vibration in it. When I'm in a line, or you can say this can go on and on and on, and your new story and your new way of telling yourself of this, how you are presenting it to yourself and you feeling it, it will be experienced more and more because everything matches. The law of attraction say that must, because it's drawn onto you. It's drawn onto you because that's how you're telling it, that's how you're feeling it, that's how you're experiencing it more and more every day. And more you every day is experiencing alignment of who you are, more and more you experience it, and better it gets, better it feels, better it feels, better it gets, and easier and easier and easier. And then it's just like, yes, that's who I am. I'm here for being a joyful creator and enjoy all of this and everyone, every relationship with myself and with all others. Because I also know with no relationship is if I hadn't a relationship with others, if there will be no others, there will be no me. So I appreciate all the relationships in the world. But without others, there will be no me. And I know we are here, each and every one of here for really being a joyful creator. That's what we are. We're seeking. Oh, everyone are naturally seeking their alignment, and we find a way in our own way, because everyone wants to feel good. I know that every person in every human being really they want to feel good. That's natural for everyone. We are natural, we want to feel good. Why? Because that's who we are feel good. What is feel good? It's alignment. What is alignment? It's pure low source energy. What is pure low source energy? It's God, it's the universe, it's all that's created everything for us to expand and feel better and better and better, and enjoy all of it.
and I love what you said about we all want to feel good, and we do. That's why we do everything we do,
Yeah.
because we want to feel good. Why do people drink? Why do people do drugs? They want to feel good. Now, we're not sitting here advocating doing those things, but if that's what you need to do, that's the path you're on, okay. But That's the point. We all want to feel good.
You know. And there's a way. There's a path of least resistance, or we say a path of most allowing. There's always a way through.
I like you saying there's a path of most allowing. It just feels so good.
Meditating. That is the path of most allowing, because then when immediately when you quiet it down and the our energy, the vibration arises when you feel that energy. It feels so good. That's the path of most allowing.
Espen, can we like leverage or however you might want to do it? Let's just see how much more we can walk that path of most allowing right now.
Hmm. You want to
Yes?
speak through?
Yes, I would love for you to do that. Oh, I would love that so much because I love being on the path of most allowing.
So good.
Hmm.
Okay. So we will end this with this rampage of the path of most allowing.
Oh, I love this, Espen.
The rampage of the path of most allowing.
Mm.
This is good.
And everyone that's watching or hearing, just feel these words. Feel the energy that's flowing. You're going to it's just gonna open you up so much
And
more.
it's so nice to know also, isn't that, Jules, that everyone that who's listening now, they attracted it because they there was something they asked for, and now it is be given, and it's clearly be given also.
So true, creatively.
Because when there is no resistance to what you speak and you're feeling the allowance, now we talk about the path of when you're feeling the energy comes through, you feel good when you speak, you feel the alignment when you speak it, you feel the vibration that rises more as you speak it. You know energy comes through. You know the path of allowingness is coming through. You
Hmm.
see?
Yes.
So nice. The path of most allowing.
Hmm.
The rampage, the path of most allowing, is the knowing that who we truly are from the beginning. We know already that we are pure Lord source energy in this physical body. We know that the non-physical energy, someone call it God, someone call it universe. There's different ways, names on it, but we say it's the same pure Lord source energy in all of us. That we are all in this together with this energy, and it is in all it is in all of us, the energy of it in this physical body. I know I have my hands, I have all of these things that the blood stream through me. I know everything works out from me. It's allowing me to, the path of most allowing, the blood stream through me, the organs working perfectly. I know that I don't have to thinking about it. This is a path of allowing the energy to come through. I know when I'm breathing and allowing, just breathing in, breathing out, easily, gentle. I can feel it naturally, the energy arises from within. That's a path of allowing. I know that. And the energy comes through, and I feel more the vibration arises. And as I'm feeling the energy more arises from within, then I clearly can understand the words that's coming through me while I'm speaking. It's beautiful energy. It's the energy of pure love source energy. And when I allowing it to be, it becomes more. And when it becomes more, it's expanding, and it's expanding. It's still expanding, and I've been just letting it be, letting it happen. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to mentally try to do anything about it. I don't have to explain it. I don't have to make it happen. I know my worthiness. I know who I really am. I know my energy. I know when, as I'm just breathing in and breathing out, and when I feel immediately the vibration arises and I'm feeling good, I know already then who I am. And then I know that this is energy stream, this vibration is always available for me. It's always available to me to stay into, to tune in and tap in and turn on to the energy of it. And that is the path of allowing the energy to come through. And as I'm more allowing this energy to come through, then it's more experience, however, whatever what I know from through my physical senses, as I'm see, as I'm hear, as I'm feel, as I'm taste, as I'm smelling, as I'm allowing myself to feel the energy comes through, then the physical sense is improving. Then I see more, I hear more, I feel more, I taste more. smell, everything increasing, and how I feel the sensation of who I really am, and all of this in my physical body. And then this cooperation with the non-physical and the physical is just increasing, and it feels better and better and better as I'm moving forward in the newness of all of this. And it's so good to know, so good to know that this is who I am. This is who I am from the beginning in this into this physical body. And I know that I desire to comfort. Why do I? How do I know that I desire to comfort into this physical body? Now talk about the path of allowing. I know. How do I know this? Because I know if I'm really, if we're being logical about it, if you're using the human stream of consciousness and thinking about it, if I'm resist to be here, if I'm had, is resistance, is that the nature of who I am? If the resistance will be the nature of who I am, I will resist to be. So I know that can't be. I'm allowed to be, the path of allowing. I'm allowing myself to be. I desire to comfort in this physical body. Now I'm here as I'm a joyful creator in all of this. And I know we're all in this together, and we're all creating our own world and our own experience our own way. That's our freedom. That's my freedom. That's your freedom. That's ours freedom. And what a beautiful thing to notice that we are allowed since the beginning. We have been allowed to be, do, and anything and everything we desire for. And when we're more and more allowing ourselves to be in this newness, in the now and forward in the new,
Hmm.
more to come.
And more to come.
And
And
that's
I
who we
love
are.
ending it with more to come because there's always more. And we we have many, 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 many years excuse me, of seeing the more. Because I mean, we've walked on the moon, and since then there's been more. But at the time, walking on the moon was ooh la la, the best ever. Wow. And it was. But look how much more. I mean, we found other galaxies and whatever else we want to call them. I don't know, but we found them because there's more. And there's more for each and every one of us too in our own life as we're consciously creating, as we are desiring to walk in our alignment. And as you said, Espen, we're not going to always do it exactly however whoever says it's supposed to be, but you know what? It's the perfect way for each and every one of us. So everything that I've experienced up to this very now, was everything that was good for me.
It's all been served you well. Yeah.
So well. There was a time I couldn't see that. I see that so clearly now. So clearly. And even some of the events, maybe I may not understand them, right? But I have this
It's asking this
knowing.
gift, right?
I have this knowing that it works out for me. And it always does work out for me. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. I love that.
It is. It's always beautiful to be.
And to be easy, be kind to ourselves. I've learned to do that um, this last, I don't know what time, but I never knew how much I didn't realize that I wasn't kind to myself. I was always outward focused, and it's very depleting to not take care of yourself. We sometimes we're so focused on taking care of our physical self, but our heart, our feelings, we're
Yeah, you have
very
a good story now. We're
we're
having a
very
new story
important.
now.
Yes, we're very important to ourselves. And in that, life has really been a lot more. Mm, I was going to use the word intense. I don't. I don't mean it maybe in this traditional sense. It's like everything is just more delicious. More savory. Yeah, savory. Robust.
That's the way we want to line up with.
And I
That's
love, for me, I love that. So if I'm on in my Zen time, right, and I want to just chill, it is an awesome chill time. And if I want to be all whoop whoop, yeah, baby, let's do it. It's on. I just love those. I love all of that. So yeah. And with that, everyone that's listening, we just want to encourage you to just take care of yourself. Feel good. That's who you really are. That is
it.
you are love. You are love and love.
And more to come.
I love that, Espen, so much, and more to come. Wow. Can't wait. It's awesome.
What an
So,
amazing app.
we'll
More to
meet
come.
again, Espen, next Monday.
Next
Same time,
month. Cheers.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah. And guys, you'll find us in all those great places: Facebook, YouTube, Insta. We're all there. We're all saying hi. And enjoy your alignment. Have fun with it.
And we remain into the vortex.
Yes. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace.